Hello, and welcome to Incirlik in southern Turkey. Today we're in the F16C. We are going to be demonstrating the Joint Direct Attack Munition, or Jdam. For today's demonstration, we will be using the Jdam's pre-planned procedure to attack targets in northern Syria. Okay, let's jump into our jet and get started. Jdams can be carried on hardpoints 7 and 3 in a number of configurations. GBU 31 and 2,000 pounds standard and penetrator versions. A single 500 pounds GBU. And in pairs of 38s on the BRU 57 Smart Rack. Let's go ahead and load Smart Racks for now. Now we'll switch to air-to-ground mode to look at weapon setup. Jdams need to be GPS aligned. To do this we simply need to power them up. This gives us an alignment countdown, from A10 to 0. We can also see the current profile parameters. We'll press the control page button to edit these. Select ground mode. The arming delay is currently 4 seconds. Fusing delay is set to 0 milliseconds. Let's leave these as they are for now. Also shown is the impact azimuth and impact velocity. Let's change the impact angle. This is the angle the bomb will attempt to achieve when striking the target. Let's go right ahead and set this to 90 degrees. Press the control page button once again to return to the weapon master page. As you can see, the weapon alignment is progressing. Let's speed this up to expedite the process. When complete, the countdown will be replaced with the RDY mnemonic, but only when the master arm is engaged and we are airborne. Okay, we're done with weapon setup. Let's taxi out and get airborne. Okay, let's head out over southern Turkey, towards our first steer point, which is about 140 miles southeast. The HUD is still showing air-to-ground weapon information. We will discuss this shortly. Let's engage the master arm, and in the left MFD we can see that the RDY mnemonic is now displayed, indicating the weapons are aligned and ready to use. We are going to continue climbing and gaining speed. With most of these types of weapons, this helps to increase the effective range. Let's take a look at our targets for today. The airfield is near Aleppo in northern Syria. We have some SCUD missile launchers and also some MiG-29 fighters parked up on the apron. For this mission, we previously set up steering points over the SCUDs, and the Jdams will use these as SPs. After that, we will use the targeting pod to assign SPs and attack the MiGs. Now it's time to run through some Jdam HUD symbology. In the center is the weapon release cue and the azimuth steering line, which we have lined up with the flight path marker. To the right is the upper range scale, the current range, and the in-range bracket.
As the current range chevron approaches the in-range bracket, the release cue will drop down the azimuth fall line.
At the bottom of the HUD, we can see the range, and heading to current sensor point of interest, which is also shown at the bottom of the ASL.
All we have to do is fly so that the flight path marker is on the ASL. Then when the current range chevron is within the in-range bracket, we can release the weapon. GPS will guide the Jdam onto the sensor point of interest.
Weapon release.
Now change steer point to change target. Release the second Jdam.
As you probably noticed, the second Jdam missed. This is because the target moved, but the weapon continued onto its pre-designated spot. A Jdam cannot change targets once released. Now let's go around and use the targeting pod to designate the MiGs as a sensor point of interest. We are only using the targeting pod to create a sensor point of interest, and therefore do not need to laze the target. Once we designated the speed, we use exactly the same method as before.
Now we have our speed. You can see the HUD symbology is the same as before. The advantage a Jdam has over a laser-guided weapon is that it is not obscured by clouds, because it is INS and GPS guided. Weapon release when within parameters just like before.
Okay, let's watch the strike through the targeting pod. And shack. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.